Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Seftimor Daily. Hope you're having a great Monday. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. Today, I wanted to talk about accepting the fact that most of life is the mediocre and the boring. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that we look on, say, an Instagram or a Twitter or whatever, and we see people posting things that for their week, for their day, are probably the exciting things. You know, no one's posting the negative, and if you do, I'll probably unfollow you. But in reality, we have to accept that we read so much of quotes and different things out there that say you're meant for greatness, you're meant for all this stuff, and while that, helps and is true, the reality of the situation is that most of life is going to be boring and mediocre. I mean, let's take a few examples. You're streaming. A lot of that, besides streaming is awesome, streaming is fun, people come in and hang out, but the background work and everything that goes into that is boring and mediocre. Are we posting, hey, come check me out, I'm doing this boring and mediocre work and I hate it? Or are you posting, hey, I'm live, let's test out whatever it is that I added? Or on YouTube, are you watching the video, or are you watching someone sit there for countless hours and edit? Even the biggest YouTubers in the planet, they edit. I mean, or they have someone else do it for them. But the reality of the situation is that there's boring and mundane work that goes into all of these things. And why I'm talking about that is because I compare myself to others, or I go on Instagram and go, look at this guy vacationing, or look at this person doing all this, and why am I not doing that? And when I sit down and I get to the core of it, it's because, number one, I'm not doing the work, and at the moment I can't because of being a new parent and all that. And number two is that I am not at the point where I should be getting a huge following. I have to improve myself. So what I'm trying to say is that don't focus on I'm not great, I'll never be great. Focus on the improving. Focus on I will be better little by little, inch by inch, and embrace the more bland parts of life, because that's just what has to go in to make something great. Going to your job so you can pay your bills isn't something that you want to do, but it's something that, number one, allows you the time to do your side hustle and allows you the time to buy the things that you need for that, to do your hobby. But the only way that this could be detrimental is if you're not trying to improve. If you're streaming, or you have a YouTube channel, or you're writing every day because you want to improve. I'm recording this because I would want to get better at speaking off the cuff. That's why I started this Seftimor Daily. Seftimor Podcast is more scripted and something that I can read. This, I'm trying to get better at speaking off the cuff, off the top of my head. And it's boring, and it's bland at sitting and editing video or learning how to write. The thing with writing is that I love it, but it takes me forever to get there. But you guys only see a finished article. And whether you like it or not, there was time of going in and editing it, reading it, editing again, putting it through two different filters that I use, and then putting links in there, doing SEO, all those things. Boring, mundane work. But if I get better at those things, then I have the potential to one day become great and one day reach more people than I ever have. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. So embrace the boring, embrace the mundane, realize that even the top people are going through different boring and mundane things. Everything isn't just what we see on an Instagram or what we see on a Twitter or what we see on social media. Embrace the boring, embrace the mundane, but embrace it with the fact that you want to improve on something. When you do this, you start accepting and enjoying the small things. You enjoy when you're making a YouTube video and you edit it and you added this little thing and you learn this new little trick, or you learn to add something to your video, or you learn to add something to your stream. Yeah, you might have watched a YouTube video, it took an hour of learning or whatever, but now you're better for it. And now you can do that every time. So embrace the boring, embrace the mundane with the thought to improve on whatever your endeavor is. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to follow me anywhere I am, I'm at Seftimor, Seftimor, and I will see you soon. If you enjoy this, please share it. Subscribe to the podcast. It helps. Talk to you again soon. Peace.